Today our topic is the solution. The subject, the chapter is the solution. We know the solution is a homogeneous mixture of solute and a solvent, where the solvent has maximum percentage, whereas solute has minimum percentage, and the solution which has uniform composition throughout the system. To consider a solution, let us consider water and sugar. It is the solution of liquid solution, where water is the maximum percentage, whereas sugar is minimum, and we get a liquid solution. Similarly, solutions can be classified into different types depending on their states. Number one, liquid solution, solid solution, and gaseous solution. In case of liquid solution, we consider water or any liquid as a solvent and a soluble solute as a soluble solid as a solute. As for example, that is our sugar solution, salt solution, etc. Number two, solid solution, where the solvent is the solid state as well as solute, may be solid or gas or liquid, which has minimum percentage. As for example, moist soil has salt maximum percentage, water minimum percentage, they are in droplets. Similarly, bronze, brass, these are the solid solutions. Again, consider the gaseous solution. We can say air is a homogeneous mixture of different gases in the solvent called nitrogen, has maximum percentage, that is 70-80%. Again, we consider the solution strength, means the amount of solute that present in a given volume of solvent or solution at a particular temperature can be measured by the different unit, and this is called the concentration of the solution. We can measure the concentration of a solution by the help of different terms. Number one is the molarity. Number two is the molality. Number three, normality. Number four, mole fraction. And also we can measure by the term percentage. Here, in these cases, we have to define the unit of a concentration of a solution, where the molarity is the amount of or the number of moles of a solute that present for liter of a solution. So here the molarity has the formula W by molecular mass into 1000 by V. W is the amount of solute in gram, M is the molecular mass of the solute, and V is the volume of the solution in ml. So the amount of solute that present per liter of a solution, or amount of moles of the solute that present per liter of a solution, is called molality. If 1 mole solute present in 1 liter, then that is called 1 molar solution. If 2 moles solute present in 1 liter solution, that is called 2 moles. Similarly, if 1 mole solute present in half liter solution, means 500 ml solution, then that is called 2 moles. And here To calculate, we can give the example of molality by saying that if 2.45 gram of H2SO4 present in 500 ml solution, then its molality can be calculated by applying the formula where W is 2.45, molecular mass of H2SO4 is 98, and volume of the solution is 500 ml. Here it is found to be 1 by 20 is equal to 0.05 m or molar solution. Likewise, you can calculate the molarity of a solution in a given concentration. Again, we consider, let's say, molality. Molality is also the same, means 1 mole of solute present in 1 kg solvent. That is called 1 molar. Means the amount of or the number of moles of a solute that present per kg of a solution is called its molality. Therefore, 1 mole solute present in 1 kg solvent gives 1 molar solution. There the formula, working formula will be W by molecular mass into 1000 by W, capital W. Here W is the weight of solvent in gram. So let us consider one example by saying that same, let's say 2.45 gram of H2SO4 present in 500 gram or 250 gram of solvent, let's say solvent. Then we can apply this formula in the similar manner, and we can find the result will be 1 by 10. That means 0.1 m, 0.1 molar solution. That is the molality. And between these two, we can compare that the molality has the formula unit, consider the volume here, and the molality has the weight of the solute here. So the weight components is not changed by the temperature. So it is the molality is temperature independent, means the molality of the solution does not affected by the temperature, but molarity can be affected by the temperature as because it includes volume component. So volume can be changed by temperature. Third, the concentration unit, that is normality. Normality is also the same way we can express, but here the amount of solute is different. That is, the number of gram equivalent of solute that present per liter of a solution is the normality of that solution at a particular temperature. So normality, here the working formula of normality can be represented as normal W by not molecular mass, rather equivalent mass, because the number of gram equivalents, W by equivalent mass represent number of gram equivalent present per liter of the solution. Here the component term is V, volume of the solution in ml. So normality is the number of gram equivalent present per liter of a solution at a particular temperature. So we can say a solution is said to be 1 normal if 1 gram equivalent of a solute that present in per liter of a solution. So let us consider one example. Let's say same way we can express if 2.45 gram of H2SO4 present in 1 liter solution, then calculate its normality. Then here the normality can be calculated in similar way. Here we can say 1 liter means 1000, means 1 by 40 is equal to 0.025 normal. 0.025 normal. It is the normality of the solution. It is also affected by the temperature because it is volume component. Then next we come to the mole fraction. Mole fraction is the number of moles of a particular component present in compared to total number of moles present in the solution. Let's say solution consists of two components, A and B. It has N1 mole and B has N2 mole. Then the total number of moles is N1 plus N2. And in N1 plus N2 moles, the component A is N1 mole. So per mole of the solution, the number of moles of A, N1 by N1 plus N2. This is called mole fraction of first component X1 is equal to N1 by N1 plus N2. Similar way, the mole fraction of component B can be represented as X2 N2 by N1 plus N2. Here we can summarize the number of moles of A, N1, number of moles of B, N2, total number of moles N1 plus N2. So the mole fraction of each component can be calculated in similar manner if there is more than 2 or 3 or 4 components there. Here we can consider B, C, N3, then total number of moles will be N1 plus N2, N3, and the formula will be this one. Likewise, we can calculate the number of moles of any component in a solution. But here is the relation, always the number of mole fraction of all components when summed up, it will give unit, means X1 plus X2 will be 1 because N1 by N1 plus N2 and X2 is N2 by N1 plus N2 is equal to 1. It can be proved. So if one mole fraction can be calculated, then another can be easily calculated by using formula. If X1 is known, then X2 can be calculated by subtracting 1, X1 from 1, because sum of mole fractions of two components will be 1. And all this, and to give an example of this mole fraction, we can say if 25 gram of CaCO3, let's say, 45 gram of glucose, 90 gram of water is there in a solution. Then find out the mole fraction of each component. Here, the number of moles to be calculated for glucose, N1 is equal to 45 by 180 molecular mass, gives the number of moles. And here, number of moles of water, 90 by 18, it will be 5, and this will be 1 by 4, means 0.25. So, the mole fraction of glucose, X glucose is equal to 0.25 by 5 plus 0.25. This will be 0.25 by 5.25, means 25 by 525 is equal to 1 by 5 into 51. 1 by 21 is the mole fraction of glucose. Similarly, the mole fraction of water can be calculated in similar manner. These 4 important units of concentrations are, we discussed here. One is molarity, second one molality, third one normality, fourth one is mole fraction. These 4 all are in maximum applications in our solution subject. So, go through the examples, problems given in the textbook, and come prepared to the next class. Thank you.